Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now if you're already a subscriber you may have seen that back in May I got my first ever tattoo. If you haven't seen that video, a link will appear somewhere on the screen right now, so go check it out. I'll also put a link in the description below. If you follow me on Instagram or any other social network other than YouTube, hopefully you've seen that I recently got my second ever tattoo. If you don't follow me on Instagram, first of all, why not? And secondly, it's at Harry Seaton, so yeah, now you can go and follow me. I'm just going to take a quick second now to show you guys my tattoos, so yeah, here you go. So this one was the first tattoo I got, and it's my little baby wolf. His name is Moon Moon, and it is basically just a wolf with a day and night scene. As you can see, there's a light part for day, and then the dark part with the moon on, which represents the night part. The second one is a dot work piece of the solar system. It does include Pluto, and it basically goes from small, getting larger and larger into the middle, and then getting smaller again. It's not done scientifically or to scale or anything, it's simply done like this because this is how I liked it to look. I kind of wanted to make a video like this when I got my first tattoo, but I thought, you know what, I don't really know that much, I'm going to wait till I get another one and then I'll make the video. It's not really an advice video as such, just both my tattoos are completely different in how they happened and why they happened, and I just wanted to kind of talk to you about both experiences. So first of all, I'm going to talk about Moon Moon, the wolf. Shortly after I turned 18, I decided that I wanted a wolf designed like this, tattooed on my bicep. So I planned exactly where I wanted it, how big I wanted it, and what I wanted it to look like. Anyway, a few months passed and I was going to a local tattoo studio with Sophie, who was getting a piece done, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to book it here and now, put down my deposit, and then it is sorted. It's final, I'll have a date and I will know what I'm getting and when I'm getting it. £20 later, Moon Moon was booked and I was so excited but so nervous. The thing is, I had to wait a couple of months until I could get the tattoo done just due to availability problems, so there was quite an intense build-up. I had a countdown on my phone and everything. I'm not even ashamed, I downloaded an app just to put a countdown on. I was so incredibly excited, but no one I knew who had tattoos could really describe to me how it felt like, and obviously I was so worried about how it would feel. The tattoo was done by a lady who was actually an apprentice at the time. Now I'm not sure if she still is or not, but my family kind of knew her, so I kind of trusted her already anyway. But still, you know, I did have slight worries. What if it goes wrong? What if she shakes and jolts and I get a line going across my arm? The days went slowly by and eventually it got to the day of my tattoo. And you know what? It didn't actually hurt that much. I think the most painful bit was probably about here. It felt like the needle was inside my armpit, but the shading was fine and all of this bit was absolutely fine. I will take a few seconds to quickly summarise my kinda cringy, kinda soppy meaning for having this tattoo. The reason behind the wolf is that wolves hunt in packs. However, they are viewed as very strong creatures by themselves as well. So I kind of wanted to put something on myself that represented that alone I'm strong, but when I'm in a pack, so basically when I'm with my friends, my family, that's when I achieve the best things that I have achieved. The day and night thing, I just thought it looked good. I simply thought, you know what, that looks cool, let's have a day and night theme going on. I'm sure people with tattoos can relate to this. When I got my first tattoo, I got bombarded with the exact same question over and over again. Are you addicted? When are you getting your next one? What are you going to get next? I had been warned that tattoos were addictive, but I've kind of always thought of myself as ending up with quite a lot of tattoos, so I'm not sure if my first tattoo got me hooked on tattoos or if it simply just got a ball rolling. At the time of making this video, it's August, and I got my tattoo a couple of days before filming this video, so it took me, what, 3 months to get another one? Yeah, it did happen quite soon. Now this solar system has a completely different story to it. I was up late just scrolling Facebook, and a very close friend of mine who I've known ages, who just so happens to be a tattoo artist, had posted on Facebook saying that she had a cancellation and was available the following day. I actually have a little folder on my desktop called Tattoo Ideas, and in there are loads of designs that I've either attempted to draw myself, they're horrendous, or things that I've found and kind of photoshopped to make into a design. I decided to send her a message saying, do you know what, I will fill the space if it's still there, but I have no idea what I'm going to get. In 12 hours, I was going to be getting it. I finally decided that the piece I wanted to put on myself next was the solar system. Then I went to bed knowing that the next day I was going to be getting it. Obviously, this was a completely different feeling and a completely different experience. I'd had kind of 5 months to think about a tattoo, and then 2 months of it being booked to kind of change my mind, whereas this one was decided on overnight. It's quite hard to describe how it was different though, because I wouldn't really say it was any more or any less exciting. You know, there still was this build up while I was sleeping and when I woke up and on my way to the studio. Poppy has been a wonderful friend of mine for years and years now, so I really did trust her to do a good job at this. And she didn't disappoint. I am absolutely over the moon. Oh god. I'm absolutely over the moon with this tattoo. I literally couldn't be happier with it. I knew it was going to be a dot work tattoo, which I had heard was a lot easier to tolerate. And I'd also heard that this part of your arm is a lot easier to get tattooed than this part of your arm. This was actually all true. I could barely feel most of the tattoo. I think the bit I felt the most was Mercury, which is just here because it is coloured in. Overall, the pain levels really weren't high at all. You know, it was almost like someone just having a little biro pen and just kind of prodding me with it over and over again. Now, the meaning behind this tattoo is super cringe, but I'm going to attempt to tell it to you guys without embarrassing myself too much. Obviously, to survive, we need the universe. We need everything that makes up the universe, blah 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 blah. But you'll often hear people telling people who aren't maybe feeling so great that the universe needs them. Well, now our solar system is on my arm, so if I didn't exist, this wouldn't exist. So I guess it's kind of for me to, on my bad days, perhaps look at it and think, do you know what? The universe does need me. I literally want to shoot myself in the face for saying that, but that's what it's about, so I hope you guys can appreciate that. Right, future plans, the most exciting part. I don't want to give away too much about this because I'm so excited to kind of surprise you all with it, but I am going to get a huge scene all the way up my arm. It's all going to be linked in together, it's not going to be random. I've decided this arm is going to be like my random arm, for just tattoos that I just want, that don't take up the whole thing, but this is all going to link in together. I'm so excited, but obviously it's going to cost quite a lot, it's going to be quite out there, so I do need to kind of gather my thoughts, gather my money, and then go and get it done. That's not all. I've kind of promised myself I won't get my neck tattooed, and I probably won't ever get my hands or fingers tattooed either, but I do have some ideas for pieces that I'd like on my legs, maybe possibly in the future something like here on my chest, and who knows, maybe even something up here, but they would be a long way in the future. So if you're listening to me say this part right now, that means you've watched to the end of the video, and I just want to say thank you ever so much for doing that. I hope you guys did enjoy the stories, and if you can take anything away from it, then great. In the description box below, there won't just be all of my social links, please follow them. There will also be the Instagrams of the 2 tattoo artists that did these wonderful pieces on me. Please do go and follow them and check their work out. They are incredible people and incredible artists. Also, if you could give this video a thumbs up, that would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already so you can see more, and leave a comment telling me what you thought, what you think about my tattoos, maybe what tattoos you'd like to get, or just letting me know if this video helped you in any way. I will see all of you guys soon, but for now that is it, so thank you for watching, bye!